Chompers are one of the weirdest characters in the entire game. In today's video, we're going to go over all of the oddities for the character in depth, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. The Goop is one of the most infamous abilities in the entire game. It has one of the best recharges, and it has a humongous hitbox. I mean, look at this thing. I wasn't even looking at him. And it does 5 damage over time, and it pretty much recharges instantly. If you get a direct hit, it does an extra 5 damage. It also slows down your camera, which is really odd. And if you're on PC, you could look normally, but if you're on console, it lowers your movement, so it'll be like this. If you're on PC, you'll be like this. I don't really know why that's a thing, but I don't know. PopCap devs. The Super Sticky Goop is an alternate ability for the Chompers Goop. However, it doesn't affect your camera as much as the normal Goop. The Super Sticky Goop also has a much longer recharge, but it also lasts for longer than the regular Goop. So it's kind of a weird ability. It might be better in certain scenarios. There's a scenario I'm going to show in a minute that might be better. It also has a big splash radius, but it doesn't do nearly as much damage. So overall, I think it's kind of a downgrade to the normal Goop. In the Gnome Bomb game mode, using the regular Goop does not cancel the defuse for the opponent team. If an opponent is trying to defuse while you're using Super Sticky Goop, you'll cancel the diffusion with the Super Sticky Goop. I don't know why this is a thing, but it's part of the game. The Chomper's second ability is the Burrow. The Burrow lets you go underground, but this is a weird oddity. At first, when you try to go underground, the Chomper can still take damage, as you can see here. See, I got hit by that. But once I'm in the ground, I'm not getting hit by the toxic damage, and he can't shoot me at all. This engineer just can't do anything unless he stun grenades me. If the Chomper is hit in the beginning while he's vulnerable, the Burrow will be cancelled. Any attack with knockback can cancel the Burrow from happening. Also, another weird glitch, as you could see, I just ate him from the front. The game thinks you're moving from the back of the character, but it can't keep up with it, so just a weird glitch. Only visual, though. The other thing that could take you out of Burrow while you're in it is the Z7 Max Gravity Pull ability. Really odd that this is even in the game. There's very few abilities that could do this, so that's actually one of the more underrated imp abilities in my opinion. The Sprint Burrow is an alternate ability for the regular Burrow, and it basically lets you go a lot faster. People say this ability kind of sucks because of its inconsistency with eating people, which is really true. But I think people are really using this ability wrong. People should use this ability more like a warp. Quickly way to get over to opponents and just kill them. The Sprint Burrow has the same property as the regular Burrow, except it's much better, as when you cancel it before it's done, you get a lot of momentum and you could actually traverse the map really quickly. Again, all you gotta do is just cancel the Burrow right before it's done, and you could jump out of it and get insane speed. The third ability we're gonna be talking about is the Spikeweed. The Spikeweed is pretty cool. It traps a zombie, and if you swallow someone, which it makes it really easy to, you'll actually get the Spikeweed back. The Fire Chomper in particular has a lot of weird oddities with the Spikeweed. Without the Fire upgrade equipped, the Spikeweed does normal damage, 25. However, if you equip the Fire upgrade, for some reason the Spikeweed just does more damage. See, does 31 now. There's an alternate Spikeweed for the Chomper known as the Spiky Spikeweed. It looks very similar to the Tangle Kelp from Plants vs. Zombies 1. The same properties with the Fire upgrade happen with the Spiky Spikeweed as well, making the Spiky Spikeweed arguably better than the regular Spikeweed on the Fire Chomper. It pretty much shreds anyone who touches it. See, Imp walks in that thing, it dies. 43 damage is insane. The next variant of Chompers we're going to be talking about in the video is the Spray Chompers. These are really weird. They're very different to the regular Chompers, and they actually have a lot more range than them, and they actually change the amount of damage you do depending on how fast you click the trigger. Really odd. These have some of the fastest time to kills in the entire game, and I'm just going to show you the amount of range and the amount of power that these Chompers have. So without trigger spamming, it does a lot of damage, but when you trigger spam, this thing absolutely shreds. If a scientist is being healed, Power Chomper does absolutely no damage. Even though it shows the effect on the Scientist is invincible right now. This sucks. Like, why is this even in the game? He can't even die. On the other hand, if I break the heal station and try to kill him, he dies almost instantly. I don't know why this is a thing, but it also is a problem with Toxic Chomper. As you can see, he's no longer taking any damage. Wait, what? If you try to kill a Scientist with Toxic Chomper while he's being healed, it won't show any damage values, but it still does damage to him. Why it does no damage with Power Chomper and does damage but doesn't show any numbers with Toxic Chomper is beyond what I can understand. It's just such a weird thing in this game.
If you guys are enjoying this video and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. 97% of my viewers don't subscribe to the channel. So if you guys want to see more and don't want to miss out any of the videos, hit the subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. Just do it. Come on.
Chomp Thing is yet another one of the spray chompers in the game, having the same effects as the other one, but obviously is not an elemental character. He's one of the more underrated characters in the game. His regeneration is insane. As you can see, it's the fastest in the game, and if I go into Burrow and stay still, I can regenerate almost back to full health. This is crazy. You could get a kill, be low, go underground, and then you're back into action. Keep in mind, I have both regeneration upgrades equipped, so I regenerate almost instantly. This character is amazing, and the closer you get to full health, you regenerate even faster. The character also does a ton of damage. Definitely one of the most underrated characters in the game. The next variant I want to talk about for the Chomper is the Count Chompula. He's pretty similar to the regular Chomper, but whenever you get hit and you eat someone, you'll regenerate a ton of health. And the thing that's odd is the amount of damage upgrades you have equipped, you'll heal more. Why this is the thing? I don't know. It's just another oddity with the Chompers. Yeti Chomper is a really weird character because he's the only Chomper that could zoom in. This means you could goop while you're zooming in, which is surprisingly really useful. This character also has some of the worst drop-off in the entire game. As you can see, when I'm up close, I'm doing a ton of damage. The further I back away, not even like a foot, it's doing pretty much nothing. The coolest character has range, and the zoom in is just weird. His projectiles shoot at a lob, so he doesn't shoot in a straight line. But if you could manage that, he's not that bad of a Chomper. But I think the zooming in with the Goop is like surprisingly really useful. So the next character I want to talk about briefly is Hot Rod Chomper. He's the fastest character in the game. As you can see, he zooms all over the map. This also combines with Sprint Burrow, and it just lets you go around really quickly. Whenever you eat someone with Hot Rod Chomper, you get a speed boost temporarily. Keep this all in mind when I talk about the next character. This is Armor Chomper, one of the slowest characters in the entire game. But he does 50 damage per shot, so it's actually pretty good. The character's a great counter to mechs. Why did I talk about those two characters just now? Because there's a replacement for both of them, and that's Twilight Chomper. This character doesn't have a Burrow, and has a warp ability similar to the Scientist. This character has the exact same speed as Hot Rod Chomper, but also has the damage of Armor Chomper. Not exactly, but he has a faster chomp rate. So this character just pretty much invalidates both of the characters, and there's no reason to really play the other ones when you have Twilight Chomper unlocked. Twilight Chomper's warp is also just better than the Burrows. It goes extremely far, letting you traverse the map, and it pairs really well with his speed. Twilight Chomper does only have 150 health, meaning it's less than most of the regular Chompers, but I think the speed and the good damage makes up for it. In Gnome Bomb, you could warp with the bomb. This is really useful if you're trying to get quickly over to the opponent's base and bombing them really quickly. So if you do the warp as you walk in, you could easily arm the bomb and win the game. This is another Chomper in the game. He's exclusive to the Delivery Chomper game mode. He has an ability that all the other Chompers don't have. It's a little jetpack. He also has a double jump similar to the Imp. So you could go double jump and then use the jetpack and go really high in the air. He also has the same exact walking and sprinting animations as Hot Rod Chomper. I kind of lied when I said Yeti Chomper was the only Chomper that can zoom in, because this Chomper can too. He shoots out a pizza projectile and it has some of the biggest splash in the entire game. I kind of wish this character was playable normally. This character's actually really fun. The last thing I want to talk about in today's video is the Unicorn Chomper. He also has a unique warp similar to the Twilight Chomper. It doesn't go as far, but you actually have two of them. When you're in the animation for the warp starting, you actually can't take any damage. As you can see there, I took absolutely nothing. Meaning you could block things like Imp Punts and ZPGs if you time the warp properly. This is all I really want to talk about in today's video. The Chomper has a lot of really weird oddities in this game, but I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new. Comment down below what your favorite Chomper to play as is, and maybe some cool new facts I can talk about in the next video. Also, let me know what next video you guys would like to see, because you guys seem to really like the Walnut Hills video. Do you want me to talk more about characters or more about maps? Thanks to my friend Super Gamer Evan, aka Kermit Gaming, for helping me record this video. I probably couldn't have been able to do it without him, so shout out to him. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and take care. Bye.